Everyone loves a good villain. Most people love at least a couple of them. So, the more, the merrier, right? Following up on that logic, we are going to pit two supervillains against each other in a hypothetical clash. One of them is DC Comics' demon Trigon, Raven's father, and the other is Marvel's Galactus, the devourer of planets. Can DC's powerful demon defeat Marvel's gigantic threat? Seeing how he has a wider array of powers than Galactus, Trigon would win in this fight if it were to happen. On top of that, he would be able to manipulate the fact that Galactus would start losing energy after a while due to not eating and use it to his advantage to win the fight. The rest of the video is going to be all about comparing the power levels of Trigon and Galactus. You're going to find out who Trigon and Galactus are, as well as what their exact powers and abilities are. In the end, based on what we have presented earlier, we are going to give our final verdict on who is the strongest. It's promising to be a fun story, so keep watching until the end.
Before we delve further into this epic clash, this is your host Shah and you are watching Comicverse Unleashed, where I post all kinds of comic videos and shorts daily, so you definitely gotta subscribe.
Determining power levels. As we always do before giving a verdict in such video, we are going to determine what powers our protagonists have. It is exceptionally important to do this, as the true nature of each of our characters' abilities become evident only when we dissect their powers and what they can actually do. Only then we are able to reach any meaningful conclusion as the victor in our scenarios. We start off with Trigon. Trigon is pure evil and a powerful, immortal demon capable of energy projection, telepathy, size change, super strength, reality manipulation, telekinesis, and the transmutation and manipulation of matter. He is also virtually invulnerable. He was able to reshape the entire planet Earth on a whim. He had drained the souls of millions of worlds. He was apparently omniscient. He bestowed powerful psionic powers on Simon, and he could create hordes of demons under his command, as well as open wormholes to other worlds. Additionally, Trigon was able to easily defeat the Teen Titans and the Justice League. Trigon can also take a human form to deceive others. In this form, he appears as an attractive and muscular man with blonde hair and bright golden eyes. Each of the sons of Trigon wields the power of a mortal sin bestowed as a gift from his father. Jared unleashes anger and rage on his opponents. Jesse sees into the minds of the victims and transforms himself into what they most envy, as well as assuming the powers and abilities of said envied to increase his own. Jacob invokes lust in the hearts of his prey. Raven also possesses this power and is capable of inducing pride. However, doing so will leave you sick and nauseous for several days. It is unclear if this is caused by the demonic power itself or by his refusal to use it. As for Galactus, his powers include godlike qualities such as speed, strength, and stamina, levitation, psionic abilities, and the ability to teleport, energy manipulation, and molecular manipulation. He is also invulnerable when at full energy and is practically immortal, although he can be weakened if not fed regularly. He also has other godlike abilities such as resurrection and creation, and can sense disturbances around the universe. He can also change his own shape and size. His true form is unknown. As Galen, he was a humanoid alien, but his true form as Galactus is unknown because he appears to each being in a form resembling their own. His true form has never been shown. Galactus's powers are very similar to Darkseid's, and we have already said that there is not much difference between Trigon's and Darkseid's basic powers, with the exception of Trigon's demonic nature and his reality-bending powers. The same applies to the situation. Galactus, however powerful he might be, is still a being of reality. He is multiversal in his presence, but he is very realistic and completely non-magical in nature, unlike Trigon, who is a being of magic. Who is stronger, Trigon or Galactus? We now have everything we need to give our final verdict on the winner of this duel, and the situation is pretty clear now that we have already done a similar comparison involving Trigon and Darkseid. In that aspect, our job here is much easier than before, even if Trigon and Galactus never fought against each other. Galactus is gigantic, and that is in many ways his biggest advantage, although he has a lot of other powers. But what usually scares people when Galactus is concerned is the fact that he is larger than a planet. Trigon's basic form is not that large, but DC's demon can easily change his shape and size, which means that Galactus would not have that advantage. In terms of physical powers, Trigon and Galactus are pretty much equal. Galactus's energy manipulation powers are great, but this is where Trigon's demonic nature really comes into the spotlight. As far as energy manipulation is concerned, they are both equally powerful. But Trigon also has reality bending abilities, and his demonic nature enables him to use a much more diverse array of powers than Galactus. As a demonic entity, Trigon is capable of much more than regular non-magical characters, and Galactus is definitely one such character. We have already established that Trigon can beat the regular Darkseid. Knowing that Darkseid's basic form is as strong as Galactus, we can only conclude that Trigon would be able to defeat Galactus. He can mimic his size, he has a wider array of powers, he can manipulate reality itself, and on top of that, Galactus has an obvious weakness that Trigon can use to his advantage. If not fed, Galactus will lose power, while Trigon's power levels will remain the same. Trigon only has to last long enough for Galactus to start losing power to defeat him pretty easily. Here you have it, folks, a hypothetical battle between Galactus and Trigon. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one. Till then, stay heroic, stay unleashed.